started. For those who you don't know me, my name is Charlene Ketchum, host of On Her Terms Defined, and welcome to our live edition. We are streaming on Facebook and YouTube. This is the first time we're doing this also on YouTube. So tonight is going to be an interactive session, and you guys might want to watch on your TV if you have a smart TV, because that way you can really put your mat down and follow along when Sherri gets started. So that is an option for you. And if you want to go to the YouTube channel, that is she.confidential. So just go to YouTube and search for she.confidential, and then you'll be able to pull up the YouTube channel link for those of you who are watching on Facebook and might want to watch on the YouTube channel. And today, with me is Miss Sherri Nicholson, a yoga instructor, owner of Always Love Yoga. She is fabulous, just such a beautiful heart. A lot of you may remember her from On Her Terms Defined season 1, and I don't remember the episode number.
I don't remember
either. She was featured on there, and just we talked about a little bit of everything, about how to release stress and how to unmute yourself, how to find your voice. And we talked about the role and benefits of yoga and learning how to breathe and how important that can be when it comes to self-care and just how to relieve tension and everything. And so when I was thinking about doing the live series, we've been having just a lot of the guests who've already been featured on the show. But then I thought, I want to do something interactive as well. And this is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'm like, oh, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's also Masturbation Awareness Month. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. So girl, I've never heard this. Yeah, it's Masturbation Awareness Month. And okay. I just learned that. I'm like, they have an acknowledgement for everything. And I guess that kind of goes well hand in hand with Mental Health Awareness Month. So this week, we're focusing on mental health and ways that you can de-stress and relax with yoga. And then next week, Deandra Blaylock Johnson, a sexuality therapist who's also been on Her Terms Defined and on some live, she'll be back for us to talk about stigmas associated with masturbation and benefits of it. And so that'll be next week on the 20th. And then on the 27th, we are going to talk about ways you can improve your intimacy in your relationship. So we will have Jorge Tostadas, aka George, joining us, and also the beautiful and lovely Jacqueline Greeley, who's a sexuality coach. So the three of us will talk about intimacy on the 27th, and then next week we'll be talking about stigmas and benefits of masturbation. And tonight we are talking about using yoga and breathing as a form of self-care. So I am going to be turning it over to Ms. Nicholson, who is going to tell us about how she got into yoga, the benefits of yoga, how yoga really is for everybody. And I mean, everybody, because I know a lot of people, myself included, I used to think I'm not, I can't do all this headstand stuff. Or if you have a larger body, you think you can't do it. Or if you think because you have knee problems or, mobility issues, you think maybe I can't do it. But Sherri's going to tell you about how you can make modifications so that you can make it work for you, because yoga truly is for everybody.
Everybody. St. Louis.
Everybody. Yes, everybody. It really is for everybody. So, and it's a good accompaniment to whatever regimen you may already be doing. So there's a lot of health benefits to it. And I'm not the expert, so I'm going to turn it over to the expert, Sherri. Sherri, thank you so much for being here tonight. And so after we have this little chat, we're going to go into the yoga session. So while we're talking, if y'all have questions about how to get started with yoga, if you have questions about accessories that you can use to kind of help make it easier and more doable, ask those questions in the comments right now. We'll address those. And then once we get started with the actual session, that we won't I'll still be monitoring comments, but the intent will be for you to kind of try along at that point. So please shoot any questions that you've got about getting started, or about
no question is a dumb question.
Right. Just send it
no
to us
question.
in the comments. So, hey, girl.
Hello. Hi, Miss Sherri. How are you?
Hello. Hello.
Thank you for inviting me back. I am happy to come back. I'm glad I did not embarrass you in this podcast.
Girl, please. Girl, no.
That's my joke. She knows me in real life, so that's a nice
You were
joke.
fabulous. You were fabulous in real life and virtual.
Yes, I try to be.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for this opportunity to just showcase something that it just kind of took me by storm. A little bit about me. Hi, my name is Sherri Nicholson. I go by Sherri, Cher. I have about a couple other names out there, but you know me, you know my name. I'm Miss Sherri, Cher, Sherri Nicholson. They call me Yoga Lady, Yoga Cher. Hey. But hi, I'm the owner and operator of Always Love Yoga LLC. I started my journey actually as a social worker. My passion is for at-risk youth. At-risk youth. So I spent a deal of my career working with at-risk youth that are in and out of either detention centers, the ones that get suspended or expelled from school, kids in GED programs, gang units, um, actually directly working with kids in a school setting that just need enrichment type programs. So I've always kind of dealt with high stress type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a super empathetic person. I wear a lot of emotions and other people's feelings on myself. And eventually I acquired what is called career fatigue. And it was where I was kind of like on autopilot, where I felt fine, but my body was like, oh, hell to the no, we are not fine. And it started giving me signals that we were not fine. And those signals came in the form of panic attacks. So I finally went to a provider. I remember I was in Macy's buying pillows and woke up on the floor. Was wondering, why am I on the floor? And I finally went to the doctor, and they wanted to prescribe all these medications. And I'm just not a medicated type of girl. I like natural things, being holistic. And I wanted to find a way to heal myself naturally. Doctor said I was just stressed out. My stress levels was really high. I was about to have a stroke. I had to go out on medical leave to just get it together. And so I kind of did a soul searching. I tried everything. I tried cycling. I tried roller skating. I tried uh, acupuncture. I tried floating, kickboxing, working out. And I got a coupon or I found a coupon for hot yoga. And I was like, wow, it was a little program, and it was saying, if you're really stressed out or, have obese, you know, overweight, and you want to, de-stress, come try this program. I think it's like a 30-day boot camp. And I was like, oh, this should be cool. It's right in my neighborhood because I'm one of those lazy people. If it's far away, I ain't going, or I don't want to drive to it. But I had such a hectic schedule because I was a professional social worker. I'm also a mom to two kids. So it was, I think at the time I was in grad school. So I had a hectic schedule. And I wanted something easy, breezy. I could be in and out. The attitude that we always have, that lazy attitude where, if it's not convenient, then I don't want it.
I ain't gonna do it.
So, yeah, we tend to do that as humans. We like what we like, and we want what we want.
Right.
And so I took the program and was blown away. Like, it was hard. I cried some days. I fell on my butt some days. I became judgmental to myself because my body didn't look like the other young people, practicing in the area. But I made a commitment to myself. I wanted to heal myself. I didn't want to be on a list of medications. I wanted to get it together.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get it together the best way that I could, outside of seeking, actual mental health therapist. And the hot yoga took off for me. I lost over 100 pounds, which I didn't intend to lose it, but it gave my body such benefits. And I found it to be the easiest, laziest thing that I could do. And I was like, yo, I love this. I hate the gym, and people usually look at me crazy, like, how you a yoga teacher say you hate the gym? I was like, I do. I just think it takes away my focus, or I don't know. I'm not a gym person. But yoga like really, really stuck with me, especially hot yoga. And hot yoga is usually the most extreme type of yoga. You don't get
So would
all
you
the.
recommend it like for a beginner though? So that's a big question. Would you recommend hot yoga for a beginner?
I would recommend hot yoga for someone who wants to detox their body, because that's what it does. Someone who wants to gain maybe muscle or strength. It will change your diet. I kind of went almost vegan. It does give you a healthier body. However, it does not cater to what you may need. So again, if you have a bigger body, usually if you're doing Bikram hot yoga, which is what it's usually, it's a standardized type of yoga with
Mm-hmm.
the exact 26 poses each and every time and never changes, then I like it because you will have a starting point and then you'll have an ending point. So you'll be able to kind of base yourself like, oh, I'm getting better. I can keep up with the 26 steps, versus someone, if you just want to try yoga on a softer side, I wouldn't suggest hot yoga, because again, it's very extreme. It's in a room heated to about 105 degrees. Just imagine a sauna without the steam. So people tend to get frightened by it because it's not the fresh air that we kind of get used to in the
Right.
gym. It's just a hot heat, and you're
Yeah.
sweating your butt off, like you
Because you're really
got
getting
in.
dehydrated. You're really getting,
Exactly.
yeah. So,
Exactly. But I loved it because it showed me, like, from the beginning, I couldn't keep up. I would just
mhm.
sit for a couple of poses, and then after a while, I started going to two classes back to back. It was like just how much my body craved it. And
Yeah.
during one session, toward the end of the session, we were in Shavasana. And Shavasana is like a corpse pose. It's the ending, like, relaxing meditation pose of yoga. I had an aha moment. And I was like, I should teach my clients this. This is something we're not teaching them. I'm teaching them, how to get a job, and, how to get into college, and things of that nature. But no one is teaching them how to regulate their emotions, and how to just talk yourself through adversity, or how to, if you're an athlete, how to better strengthen your body, or something of that. And I sought out to become a yoga instructor. I wanted to teach the children that I worked with. I wanted to teach my girlfriends, like
Yes.
Char. I wanted to teach my kids. I wanted to teach everybody, like, yo, this is what's up. It was easy, it's lazy. And so through my teachings, I got trained through Yoga Buzz. So that's a plug to them. Um, I'm so thankful for them, because it 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 taught me not only yoga, but it taught me yoga was for everybody. Yoga was for everybody. When we
Yeah.
usually Google yoga, if you Google yoga right now, you're gonna see a skinny Caucasian lady that is twisted up in some extreme pose, and you're gonna look
Mhm.
at it and say, absolutely not. I can't even tie my shoe. I have people that say I can't even tie my shoe, let alone sit down on a mat. And so it scares you as a person of color, a person of
Right.
a thicker body, that maybe it's not for me, because I don't see a lot of people that look like me. And so I did my search just like we all do. I went on YouTube and I discovered,
Mhm.
hey, there are some yogis that look like me. Jessamine Stanley is one that stands out the most to me, because I was like, I like her. She reminds me
Yeah.
of myself.
Yeah.
She's a ballsy chick. She say what
Yes.
she,
And
she
she's
say what,
fun. Yes.
and
Yes.
she made yoga fun. Like she
Mhm.
made it so fun. And
Yes.
so I I went through this training and they taught me about all of these awesome things that you can add to your yoga practice. So if you can't touch your toes, guess what? I can still get you into that position. You just not might not necessarily look like me, but your body is still getting the same benefits. And I think
So how
as
do people do that? Like, so if it is a person who has, and you know what, before I do that, I want to answer somebody's question. So someone
okay,
asked, how much time should you do yoga to really start to lose weight?
how much time should you do yoga to really start to lose weight? When I practice hot yoga, again, this is hot yoga, the most extreme. I practice 4 days, 4 to 5 days out the week. So again, that was very extreme. If again, practice every day. Yoga is practice every day. We get so caught up in the actual movement of yoga. Yoga is breath. Yoga is listening. Yoga is feeling. Yoga is all of your senses. Tasting.
Mhm.
It's all of that. And again, if you study it, you would know that it's more than that. But someone that's fresh and new to it, if
Mhm.
you're looking to drop weight, then it's a every day. Practice it every day. Your body after a while is gonna want it every day. That's the
Yeah.
best advice I can give you.
Yeah.
Practice as much as you need. Practice what feels good to you, but just do it. It's a practice. And I think we get caught up again in the pictures. Am I doing it right? What do I look like?
Mhm.
And it's like, why don't you think about what does your skeleton look like? Forget your skin, forget everything else, and just think of your skeleton. And what is my skeleton doing? And that is all that I'm trying to do is get your skeleton bones into the shape, no matter
Mhm.
which way it looks.
Yeah.
And so I again went through the yoga training, and during that training, I decided to um, quit my job and hire myself. That's a good way to say it.
Yes.
I quit my job and I hired myself. And I started a yoga business where I would travel to schools and teach from fourth grade on
Mhm.
up to high school yoga and breathing techniques. Some schools it was after school, but some schools I was able to get in during the school day, which was important because I've working with kids in the school setting. I knew that kids usually have issues before they hit the school door. And sometimes it's hard for a kid to sit down and study if their uncle, got shot last night in their backyard.
Mhm.
And mom still sent them to school the next day. So what do we do to that kid? Do we constantly
Mhm.
put him out of class? Do we, call his parents to come get him? Let's start helping our kids' mental health in our schools in a different way. And so I pitched a program of a wellness calm down room where kids can come and learn these different breathing techniques. Kids exhibit anxiety, panic attack, depression, and all the above in the schoolhouse. So why not? Let's provide a safe space where kids can come and get it together, read, get their thoughts together, and be prepared to learn what they came to do. And so I started my business doing that, and I'm currently now at a high school here in St. Louis. I have I call it the Keep Calm Down Rule. My title is Behavior Intervention Specialist, and I help kids either that are having, um, again, a mental health problem for the day. I help kids resolve conflict resolution. So if they have fights, we do restorative circles, and I work with the kids that land in ISS, and just to let them know, even though we're in ISS, we can still practice mindfulness, and we can still,
Yes.
practice things like yoga to help help us. I do every week, I do videos called Mindfulness Monday, and it's just gentle reminders to our students on how to breathe, if you need to focus,
Mhm.
how to breathe to calm yourself down before that test. And these are things that we don't think about. Like we have some kids that do get anxiety or panic, before a test. And showing them gentle ways to get themselves together and regulate, their emotions so that they can function. And this, again, is something we are not teaching our kids. And so it found me through this journey. And I'm so thankful for it because, again, I tell people all day long, yoga is just not all about the cool, yoga poses. We can, if you want to do it for the gram, we can do it for the gram. We can take pictures all day long. But
right.
Right. At the end of the day, when you're done with that pose, you go back to, a sad life, and you still don't know how to heal yourself. And there is no pill, no drink, no smoke, no nothing that's going to cure it. And it's about just self-help, helping yourself from the inside out. And I love to show, what it is that I teach.
Excellent. Thank you for doing that. It's especially for what you're giving to the kids. So thank you for being brave, because Sherri and I used to work together. And so I knew her when she made this transition, and I'm so proud of you for doing it, because it's not easy. Requires a mindset change and just a deep conviction and belief in ourselves that we've been programmed against. So, and just a little plug for the show, we'll talk about that. I think it is episode 17 or 18, but we're going to talk about imposter syndrome and how a lot of women are burdened with that, and how it really keeps us from finding our joy. And, thank God you were able to overcome that, because now you're helping other people heal, through what you experienced. So it's it's huge. It's huge.
It is. And what makes it even funnier is people be like, how do you teach kids yoga? And I'm like, it's loud yoga. It's very, very loud. It's very fast. I'm usually flipping, standing on my head, like on real yoga poses. But I was able to bring it in a fun way. I'm a hip hop head, so I love hip hop. I love music. That type of chick. And so I'm like, hey, if I caught myself enjoying my yoga practice to my trap music, maybe yoga or Luther or Anita Baker, Prince. I've done New Edition. I've done all types of yoga, all types of different music. I can get it very creative, especially for kids. And so when I would mash up like the trendy songs that they like, and they just found themselves dancing on the mat, and then we actually get into a pose, and then toward the end, we do what I like to call the real yoga, and that's the breathing techniques and the how to calm yourself down. And afterwards, if a kid comes up and was like, I feel like you hypnotized me, Miss Sherri. I felt like I was outside my body. It felt so good. Like, y'all don't know if that feels amazing. I just cracked up because I'm like, I hypnotized you. I was like, did you know you gave your brain a break? You've never given your brain a break. You didn't know how to give your brain a break. And I was like, Miss Sherri, we'll give you the turn up. Yes, we will turn up. We'll have a good time, but learning how to turn down in different ways. And so I learned a ton from the kids, and they gave me a lot of information, and I actually put it together and made the Always Love Yoga Studio. And so I would love to share what I do. The only thing is today I don't have any music, so we just gonna have to rock it out. But
and we couldn't do music because the streaming restrictions. So Facebook, I don't know that they would interrupt the stream, but it would be muted for like
the sound. Yeah, they would mute the sound. So
that's
the good thing is this is recorded, and if you want to just mute us and put your own playlist in, I highly suggest that too. Or just check us out.
Or they could have something in the background, like during your replay, when you go back and look at this, or if you share it with somebody else, you will, because I'll be off screen, so you'll be able to see Sherri well, and then you can just turn on your own background music so you can still hear what instruction she's giving, but you'll be able to have your music in the background as well. So Today we won't have our hype music because, you know, the social media people are protecting other folks' intellectual property.
Everybody wants their coins.
Well, you know, if I was a musician, I wouldn't just. I understand because these other platforms take a lot of money from the artists. I'm not mad at them, but that's why we can't jam with y'all tonight in terms of the music. But we will set the stage for you anyway. So again, grab your incense candles, mat. Sherri, can you want to show some of the accessories or things that people can use to help support them when they're doing some of the movements?
Absolutely. So one of my favorite things is, of course, a mat. I have a different type of mat. As you see, it's sort of like a mat. It doesn't have any grooves in it, but I like it because it helps me to stay stable onto the mat. In my hand are my yoga blocks. I love them. These are cork. These are cork blocks, but again, these are the more expensive, but you can definitely get yoga blocks at Five Below. I see them at Marshalls, TJ Maxx. I've even seen them in Schnucks at times. So definitely, this is an awesome thing to incorporate. Now, Miss Charlene, you have a yoga strap. If you could show them what a yoga strap looks like.
I do.
So we have. Yeah, so we have yoga straps as well. So, or you can use a belt or a tie. And again, we use those for people that need help bringing the feet up, the legs up, or extension. We can also use it to help stabilize us in a yoga pose. So that is an option as well too. Can you hear me okay?
Perfectly, yes.
Perfectly. Okay, well, welcome. My name is Sherri Nicholson, and if you are in a comfortable space, please join me in a comfortable seat with your legs in crisscross applesauce. Now, remember, I teach kids, so if I use kid language, please don't fault me. If you have your yoga blocks, go ahead and sit them either to the side of your mat like so, facing up or down, just push it out of the way. I often tell you in Miss Sherri's yoga class, there are no rules. The only rule is do what's comfortable to your body. You do not have to look like me or be like me because Miss Sherri has been practicing for a while. So it's going to look different on my body than it will on yours. But no worries, I will definitely talk you through. So if you could find a comfortable seat, legs is either in cross. Now, here's a good tip. For those who may have issues crossing their legs, if you get a pair of blocks and stick them right under the thighs, pretty much between the thigh and the knee, what it helps do is push up the pelvic and makes it more comfortable for you to crisscross. So that is an awesome tip. Also, we can use these blocks to have a seat on. So if you're someone that wants a more elevated seat, sitting on the edge of the block, not directly center of the block, is another way to help push your spine straight up into a comfortable seat. People usually use the blocks for meditation as well. But for today, we're just going to set them to the side and we're going to incorporate it in our practice later. If crisscross applesauce is uncomfortable for you, then extend your legs out long onto your mat like so. So heels are into the mat, toes are pointed straight up, and hands are to the side, comfortable. There's nothing wrong with this. Your body will still get the same benefits, just making sure that we are sitting so that our spine is firmly onto the mat, our shoulders are to the side, heart pushed forward. If you are in a comfortable space and you would like to close your eyes or bring your chin down towards your chest, gaze down at your toes. Your palms are on top of your knees. And we're going to learn a breathing technique to try to settle our body. So if you need to softly shake the shoulders to release tension, that's an option as well. And when you are ready, Take a deep inhale in through your nose. Hold the breath for 2 seconds. And then slowly exhale out of your nose. When you are ready, recycle the breath. Can you still hear me? My earbuds went out, Shirley.
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
Okay. So on the next inhale, make a sniff as if you're sniffing maybe your favorite pizza, your favorite dessert. Take a real deep breath in through the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale and take that big sniff. Hold the breath. Exhale, release slowly. So again, each and every time you breathe in through the nose, blowing your belly up as big as a balloon, force as much air into your body as you can, and then hold or pause, and then slowly again release. Notice how the chest maybe fall, maybe the belly button fall, maybe notice how the belly button pulls into the body toward the back of the room. Maybe you sink deeper into your mat. Take one more big sniff in through the nose when you are ready. Hold the breath. Exhale slowly out. Again, it's just you're deflating, releasing the air out of the balloon. When you are ready, blink your eyes, look forward. And now let's take a deep inhale. And as you inhale, raise your hands up high over your ears. Spread your fingers out wide. And as you exhale, bring the fingertips now back down to the side of your body. Inhale, fingertips up high. Exhale, bring the fingertips down to the sides of the body. Next, inhale, bring the fingertips up high. Exhale, release the left hand down to the mat. Keep the right hand up high above your ear. Take a deep inhale and slightly tilt to the left. Breathe. Take a deep inhale, come to center with both hands up high over your ears. And as you exhale, release the opposite hand. Maybe it's the right hand or the left hand. It doesn't matter. And when you are ready, twist into the opposite side. Breathe. Next, inhale, bring both fingertips up high over our ears. And as we exhale, this time we're going to lean forward with our head, our hands, all the way down to our mat. Bring that chin into the chest, gaze down to the floor, and breathe. Now be gentle with yourself. The breath may feel a little short. Still push through. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, try to walk your fingertips out as far as you can. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, walk the fingertips out again. On your next inhale, walk your palm press over to the right side of your body. So we're going to keep the head down, the eye gaze down, both hands on over to the right side of our body. Taking a breath in, exhaling out. On your next inhale, release one of those hands up over the ear, stretching, looking up at the thumb. As you exhale, swipe the hand back onto the floor and then walk both palms to the center and now over to the opposite side. Head down, neck down. Give yourself a good stretch. In through the nose. Exhale, maybe walk the fingertips out. One more breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the nose. When you are ready, release the opposite hand up above your ears, stretching up high. Maybe you reach or twist the neck, the nose up toward the thumb. And then when you are ready, bring that hand back down to the floor and walk both palm prints to the center. And now walk both palm prints back into your body to an upright seat. How's everybody doing so far? I hope good. All right, let's get onto our hands and knees into a tabletop pose. So in tabletop pose, on hands and knees, take a look down at your fingers. Thumbs should be pointing toward each other, point finger. Maybe they make an L shape. So open up those fingers really, really wide onto your mat. We're going to push our shoulders right up over our wrists. Knees are about hip width distance apart. Toenail polish is down onto the yoga mat. Take a deep inhale. We're going to drop our belly down to the mat, head up to the sky. Exhale, drop the head down. Push the belly up and the spine up to the sky. When we are ready, inhale, drop the belly down, head up. This is called a cow pose. And on the exhale, we're going to opposite. Bring the head down, push the belly and spine up for a cat pose. Let's do this a couple of more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that belly button all the way up to the top of the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Pushing the belly button up against the sky. On your next inhale, we're going to tuck our toenail polish off of the yoga mat. Gently lift the knees up off of the yoga mat. Push them back for a downward dog. Slowly walk the hands or feet together so that we come into a forward fold. Gently bend the knees. Take a deep inhale and slowly come up. Slowly, slowly, slowly bring the arms up over the ears. Exhale, bring them down slowly to your side. Go ahead and step to the back of your mat. Back of your mat, bring your hands to the sides of your body. The thumbs are the pinky fingers are toward the inside of the body. The thumbs are pointed toward the outside. Welcome to a tree pose. So we're going to play around with our balance. So starting from your feet in our tree pose, hands to the side. Go ahead and rock all of your weight to the back of your heels. Turn this way. So we're at the back of our heels. And then gently lift up all of your toes. And we're placing all of our weight and balance on the back of our heels. No toes onto the yoga mat. When you are ready, go ahead and release your toes down to the yoga mat. And maybe you feel a little bit more grounded. Taking a deep breath here. We're going to learn a new breath. And this is called a body scan breath. So in this breath, maybe placing a hand onto your heart, a hand onto your belly. I'll turn to the sideways so I can demonstrate this better. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out of your nose. This time, close your eyes while we're in mountain pose. Lifting up the toes one more time and then gently placing them down. This time, as you breathe in and you feel your belly, notice how your belly rubs up against your fingers. And as you exhale, notice how the belly falls and how your belly or maybe shoulders relax. When you are ready to recycle, inhale, big belly, fill up. Maybe you feel the air in your chest now. And as you exhale slowly out of your nose, on your fingertips, maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Maybe you are so still that you can feel the air coming in and out of your lungs, through your belly, through your chest. When you are ready, go ahead and drop both hands to the sides of the body. Take a deep inhale, raise them up high over the ears, and we're going to interlock. So the left wrist, or excuse me, the left hand is going to grab the right wrist. We're going to bring our feet together. So our knees are going to be together, ankles are going to be together, feet together. We're going to be like a solid number one. Take an inhale, we're going to lift up. Exhale, and like a little teapot, lean over to the side. So it's like you're pulling your body over to the side, hips to the opposite side. Breathe. Now, if you want to play with a little bit of balance, maybe let go one of your feet off of the mat and see if you can balance on one foot while leaning or stretching to the side. Good job. When you are ready, bring both feet back together, become a solid number one. Let's get one more stretch to the side. Good stretch. And then come back to the center. Bring the arms down slowly to the side. Good job. When you are ready, we're going to repeat this time on the opposite side of your body. Doesn't matter if you did the right first or the left first, just make sure that you grab the opposite arm. On this next inhale, bring the hands up. And remember, grab the opposite wrist, pull up. And as we exhale this time, we're going to twist to the opposite side. So if you stretched on that left side, this time we should be right, or vice versa. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And don't worry, if you fall out of it or you don't feel like you look as twisted as me, big deal. Just put your body in the motion and go as far as you can. If you want to try a balance challenge, again, letting that foot off of the mat and letting it dangle. Maybe I'm better on one side than the next, but again, it gives you your starting point and it helps you learn your body. When you are ready, bring the foot back into the body, a strong number one. Come back to the center, stretching up. Exhale, slowly bringing the arms down to your side, stretching down. And relax. Great job. On next inhale, take a step to the back of your yoga mat. Bring the hands to the hips. Bring all of your weight onto one foot. And then the opposite foot, either your toe is onto the mat or maybe you've lifted the leg up with the knee, hip width distance apart. If you can hold it or hold it as long as you can. When you are ready, take an inhale and step that foot forward. So we have one foot step in front of our mat, one foot behind us. Take a look at that foot behind you and make sure that it is sideways your mat. Our right toes are pointed forward. Maybe it's your left toe, but just make sure we have one foot facing forward and then one foot facing sideways toward the back of the mat. Hands are onto the hips, and we're going to slowly twist our hips center. So we want our hips twisted to the foot that's pointed forward. Once you've twisted enough, you may feel some stretch in one of those thighs. It's okay. Relax. Bend through the knee and then take a look down at your toes. You want to see at least 3 to 4 toes with that bent knee. Once your knee is bent and you feel comfortable, release both hands over your ears and welcome to your warrior one pose. Breathe. Now, if your shoulders are up to your ears like this, open them up, relax. Sometimes we have to talk ourselves through these poses. Sometimes I literally have to tell myself, relax, Cher, chill out, soften up, release. On your next inhale, we're going to drop both arms down to the side of us to open up for a warrior two. Our heart is center. Twist your chin toward your bent knee and lunge forward. On your next inhale, come back up. Hands up over the ears, hands onto the hips. Now, we're going to twist one foot to the front. So whichever foot you had, knee bent to the front, we're going to twist it to the front, and then we're going to swap it out with the other foot. So, or if you're standing toward the back of your mat and you want to switch up your stance, you can do that as well. So now we're on our opposite foot for warrior. We're making sure that our left or right foot is facing forward toward the mat, and our left or right foot is toward the back of the mat, sideways to the mat. Hands are onto the hips, and we're twisting our body toward the foot that is pointed forward. Bend at the knee, making sure that we take a look, and I can see about 3 or 4 toes. And once I'm ready, releasing both hands over my ears, warrior one. So remember, where are my shoulders? And am I giving myself a break today? On your next inhale, slowly twist and bring the arms out toward the sides, opening up the wings. For warrior two, turning the chin twisted toward the bent knee. Breathe. On your next inhale, when you are ready, lunge forward or push forward, reach forward with the fingers, and now reach back. Bring both hands up over the ears. Exhale, bring the hands down to the hips. And then let's step both feet together, or meet me at the top of your mat or maybe at the back of your mat. So find yourself back into your tree pose. All of your weight is onto the back of the heels. Maybe your arms are to the side of your body in tree pose, like so. Are those toes flipped up and all of our weight onto the back of our heels? Good job. Work on that breath. When you are ready, please find your nearest yoga block, and we're going to place it on high. So this is what high looks like. High. The highest you can get it. We're going to place it on the center of your mat. We're going to stand in front of the block, and we're going to bring one foot on top of the block. Guess what? You are halfway there. If you have one foot on that block, if this feels uncomfortable for you, guess what? Put the block on the lowest level, which would be the flat level. If this feels more comfortable for you, guess what? You are still there. So with one foot on the block, one foot onto the mat, we're going to bring our hands over our ears, and then we're going to bring them down and twist them or wrap them around each other. Now, my hands can barely connect. If yours cannot, no worries. Maybe the arms come across the body as if you're hugging yourself. Your body is still getting the same benefits. So hold this. This is the eagle's pose, or almost eagle's pose, but hold it. Breathe, relax. And on your next inhale, let's untwist those arms. Bring them over our ears. And as we exhale, bring the arm down to the sides of the body. Go ahead and step up off your block. Let's go ahead and prepare for the next one. So go ahead and kick the block over to the left side or right side, whichever foot you started with first. Place one foot on top of the block, the other foot onto your mat. Again, no matter which height you have your block, you may not even want a block, and you probably want to do the full eagle pose. It's up to you. This is definitely a marathon and not a race. Yoga is a practice. When you are ready, we're going to bring both hands high over the ear. This time, make sure that we cross over the opposite direction that we did the last time. So again, maybe the arms fold together like so, or maybe you're just hugging yourself, giving yourself a nice twist left to right. Or if you have the fingers and arms twisted, a nice twist left to right. Good job. On your next inhale, untwist those arms, hands up. Exhale, bring them down and go ahead and release the foot off of the block. Go ahead and slide the block off of your mat, either up toward the top or off the bottom. Just slide it off of your mat. Go ahead and take a couple of steps toward the back of your yoga mat. Bring the hands up. And as you exhale, slowly fold down, bend through the knee, and we're going to touch the toes. Take an inhale, halfway lift, bring the hands up to the knees. Nose is pointed down to the yoga mat. On your next inhale, extend the right arm out in front of you as if you're shaking a hand. Try not to put too much weight on the left knee. On your next inhale, go ahead and swing that right hand back so that it lands on your back of your, so the back of your hand lands on your back and your elbow is kind of pointing out on the side. We're still bent over, knees slightly bent. We don't have too much weight on the left knee with our left hand. Eye gaze is down toward the mat and breathe. On your next inhale, release the right hand forward, shake a hand. Exhale, bring the hand back to the knee. Walk both fingertips down to the toes. Take an inhale, bring the hands up high over the ears. Exhale, we're going down low, down to the toes. Inhale, half lift to the knees. Exhale, extend the left hand this time forward, shake a hand. All right, so we're going to go this way so that we can see the left hand. Now, when we are ready, let's bring that left hand now behind us. The back of the left hand goes to the back of the back. The right hand is still rested onto the knee, but we're not leaning on this knee like this, right? We're just setting the hand there. Knees are slightly bent. Eye gaze is down to the mat. Elbow is off to the left side, and we are breathing. Talk yourself through the process. Sometimes we quit because we just want to quit. Sometimes we can just, motivate our own self, just get over that hump. On the next inhale, release the left hand forward, shake a hand. Exhale, bring it back to the knee, walk the fingertips down to the toes. Inhale, bring the hands up above the ears. Exhale, again, meet me back into your tree pose. Breathe. On your next inhale, slowly make your way to a seated position onto your mat. Find a yoga block. And we're going to bring our feet to the mat, our yoga block. We're going to put it sideways in between our knees. So I'm going to turn this way so you can see what it looks like. Put the yoga block in between the knees and squeeze the block. Bring both hands to the side of the mat. So feet are flat onto the mat. Hands are onto the mat. When you are ready, release both hands forward for a boat pose. So if it's too hard for you, maybe release one hand at a time. Your body is still getting the same benefits. If you're feeling adventurous and you want to kick the toes up while you're squeezing the block, that's a full boat pose. When you are ready, go ahead and remove the block. We're going to slowly, again, keep the feet attached to the yoga mat. So the feet are still onto the mat, the knees are still bent, and we are going to slowly fall backwards. Slowly, slowly, slowly bring one vertebrae of your spine onto the mat at a time. Until your head reaches your mat, go ahead and bring the arms out to the sides of the body. Slowly Bring the right foot on top of the left knee. So it's like you're crossing your legs. So right at the ankle, place that right ankle on top of the left knee. On your next inhale, maybe take the right hand and the left hand and reach down and grab the left leg or bring the left leg in toward the body. You can stay here for this stretch, or if you want to kick straight up with the feet, you can do that as well. Some even like to go up, reach, and grab toes for an extra stretch if you want to do that as well. So this will be a good time if you have a yoga strap. If you wanted to use the yoga strap, putting it across the toes and then holding the straps on each side like so. You get that extra stretch. On your next inhale, if you have those left toes up high in the air, go ahead and slowly bring them down to the yoga mat. Right toes down to the yoga mat and rest. On your next inhale, this time cross the left foot on top of the right knee. And if you want to just gently move through the knee. When you are ready, let's bend through the right knee into the body. Maybe reach down and grab that leg to bring it in if you have a strap. Or if you want to kick through the toes straight up in the air, that is an option as well. Maybe grabbing through the toes if you need that extra stretch, or taking your strap and placing it across the top of the foot and then holding the strap on both sides. And breathe. On your next inhale, when you are ready, slowly releasing the toes down to the yoga mat. Releasing the left toes down to the yoga mat. Now, for our final pose, Shavasana. Find you the most comfortable position. So maybe the feet have now slid down to the edges of your yoga mat. Your arms are to the sides of your body. Heart is pushed forward. Maybe your neck is open and exposed. Maybe your eyes are closed. At this time, let's try a breathing technique. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll give you another option. So if laying down on your mat isn't comfortable for you right now, you can also start, in your pose, in your yoga session, like we started our yoga session. And what I mean by that is sitting upright with your legs in crisscross applesauce, or if you want your legs extended out long, place your hands in the lap, bring the chin into the chest, eye gaze closed. So again, that's two options. So if you are laying flat onto your yoga mat, or if you are sitting up straight, let's sync our breaths in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take a deep inhale in through our nose. Smell that fresh bread. Feel the belly, balloon breath. Hold the breath. Exhale, slowly release out of your body. Inhaling in through the nose, again, filling up the chest, filling up the belly until you cannot fill up anymore. And when you are ready, slowly exhaling. Take your time. Control the breath. That is the beauty of yoga, knowing that you are in control of your breath. You can control your thoughts, controlling your feelings, regulating yourself. If you would like to try a deeper breath by placing a hand onto your chest, another hand onto your belly. And I like to call this the go inside breath. So with the go inside breath, hand on the chest, hand on the belly. Our eyes are closed, our eye gaze looking down at our toes. And we're breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. And on this breath, each and every time you inhale, notice what the breath feels like. Is it warm? Is it cold? What does it feel like? Can you feel your air come into your nose and go through the back of your throat? What does it feel like? Follow that breath as it leaves out of your nose. Is it still a warm sensation or a cool sensation? Can you feel the air as you exhale tickle the back of your throat? Can you feel the air in your chest and your belly? Take a moment and scan your body, and I'll hold space for you. When you are ready, bring both hands to the center or on top of your knees. Bring your eye gaze back to the center. When you are ready, bring both hands up over your ears. Give yourself one big stretch. Exhale, bring them down to your sides. Release and give yourself a soft body shake. I would like to thank you for showing up on your mat today. I hope these simple yoga poses introduced you or sparked your interest for those if this was your first time. If this is not your first time, again, and you want to go deeper into the practice, please reach out to me, either email, DM me, leave a message at the bottom or in the chat, and I will definitely be open to answering any questions. Thank you, Miss Charlene.
Thank you so much. And let me pop. Oh, no, let me tell you. Okay.
I thought I lost you and Shabbat.
No, I was like, okay, there we both are. Yay. Thank you. You were so soothing. I was like, I don't want to interrupt it. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Sherri. Everyone should be ready to like go to bed or cuddle with your sugar baby or whoever your love bug is. Take a soothing bath. Just relax, y'all. Thank you. You'll be able to watch the replay on YouTube or on Facebook. Share with a friend. When you do the replay, you can play some music in the background and turn up Sherri's audio so that you can have the music accompaniment for you. And I'll see y'all back here next Thursday when we talk about how to bring joy to yourself.
Yes.
Same time, same place. And please do make sure you all are following Sherri. I will put her links in the comment so that you'll know where to find her. So good night, y'all.
Peace.